Hip pain is a huge issue for a lot of people and it can be very debilitating. I'm Dr. Rodney White with Sarpi Chiropractic, and today I'm going to show you two very simple stretches that you can do if you are suffering from hip pain. As an added benefit, these stretches are also going to help low back issues. And while we're on that note, let's clear up a couple of things here. A lot of people think they're getting hip problems when they're actually getting a pelvic joint or a lower back issue. Almost all hip pain will be in the front of the hip and into the groin. If you ask anyone who's had severe hip arthritis, all that pain is in the front, and that's where a lot of the tension will build up. And we're going to show you a stretch for the front of that. But there's muscles at the back that are part of the whole hip complex that we also need to stretch. But when you're getting pain back here, that's almost always in that sacroiliac joint or coming from the lower back. When those pains are happening, you definitely want to go and see a chiropractor. These stretches will help buy you some relief, but there's something deeper going on. And in fact, even if you are having true hip pain at the front, you should still go get assessed by a chiropractor because you've almost certainly got a pelvic issue anyway. Now, those of you who are watching this who already have pretty severe arthritis may not be able to do these stretches. There's some ways to modify them, which we'll show in some other videos, but these will work for 80% of people. No matter what their hip problem is, they'll be able to do them and it will help loosen everything up. So the first muscle we want to stretch is the hip flexor. So if I'm stretching the hip flexor, the front of this hip on this side, I'm going to lunge forward, but as you watch as I do this, I'm not leaning forward. I'm keeping my back straight, pushing my hips towards the ground, and that's going to get a lot of stretch at the front of here. To make it an even better stretch, you can put this arm straight up, and you can lean away to really open up all the hip flexor muscles in here. All stretches you want to hold for 20 to 30 seconds. You want to do them consistently, and don't worry about doing them before exercise. These are things you should do when you're, say, relaxing at home or post-exercise, but not before. So always do both sides as well and do them multiple times a day. So that gets the hip flexor. Another key muscle that's tight in everyone who has hip, pelvic or low back problems is the piriformis muscle. Now the best way to stretch this in our opinion is this figure 7. So the side we're stretching, this leg folds in front. I'll do it more on an angle like this for you. And then we go down on our forearms and our back leg goes onto our toes. So now I'll show you from the side. So you'll see I'm lifting off my knee there, but I'm a little rounded there. So then you want to sink the hips and keep your back reasonably straight. If you're tight like I am and this leg keeps wanting to scoot down into more of a figure 4, you can grab it with your hand, bring it back up again. You will feel this deep into that muscle there. That one is really good, like I said, not just for hip, but for low back as well. If you can't do that one because you're so tight in the hip muscles and the glutes and everything else, you can modify it this way. Lie on your back. The one you want to stretch bends across the other leg, and then bring your legs up. Reach through with your arms and push with your elbow there, but keep your head flat on the ground while you do it. If you can't do that, you can even go to a chair or something and then fold your leg across like this. Imagine I was on a chair and push it down like that. So those two stretches will really help if you have hip problems, especially if you have a true hip impingement pain or pain that's more in the glute coming from the pelvis. They'll be very effective for both. But of course, if they don't clear the pain fully or you're concerned by it, go and get assessed by a good chiropractor and see what's really the cause of it. This stretching will help ease the pain, but it won't fix the problem. If you're in the Omaha area, Sarpi Chiropractic would love to assess you and see if we can help. You can find us at our website, sarpicchiro.com. It's included in the bottom of this video. So thanks for your attention, and we'll see you next time.